Congratulations, you have survived the brutal and punishing parade of chords and made it to part 2 of the lesson for Waters of March. So basically what we're going to do now is we're going to take all the chords that we learned and organize them into a way that the song is structured. It's kind of got a very free-flowing thing going for it, so we're going to take all the chords and split them into subgroups, right? So first of all, we have the intro, which is just that B flat, G sharp thing, So that's just the intro, right? So basically what we're gonna do is take that whole progression we learned in video 1 and start slicing it up into different sections, right? So let's start by making a part 1 out of a group of 4 chords. And it's gonna be the B flat major 7, into that B flat with the G sharp root, into the minor 6, and then into kind of the weird one, right? But again, the way you play it has more of a feel to it, like... But essentially that's going to be part 1, that group of 4 chords, right? And most of these sections are going to start off with part 1, and that's why we're going to take these subsequent parts and letter them, right? So if you remember from the first video, after that we go into the B flat major 7 to the 9, and then the E flat major 7, and then the one with the G sharp root. So that group of 4 chords is going to be part A. So the thing right after the main intro is going to be number 1 followed by part A. So the chords are going to be the B flat, to the B flat with the G sharp, to the G6, to the weird one. And then that's going to be followed right by part A, which is a B flat, to the 9, to the major 7, to that G sharp. Right? Now after that we're going to go right back in to number 1, which is the same thing, the B flat, to here, to here, to here, but we're going to skip to the B section, which you remember the B section from part 1 is one that starts on the B flat, and it goes to that B7, or the B flat 7, into the major 7 to the minor, right? So that's going to be those 4 chords here, and again, we're going to count this as like 1 chord of 4, even though it's 2 different voicings. That's going to be the B section, right? So we'll take the next 4 chords that we learned in the first video and turn that into the C section. So that is, it starts with the B flat, and that's the one that goes to like the F minor 7, to the B flat 7, and then down to the... So that'll be our C section, right? And there is one more. We're going to make kind of like a D section, but first of all, let's start putting them together, right? So first of all, we have the whole giant part with all the chords that is essentially just the first video. Then after that, we jump into number 1 slash A. So B flat to the minor 6, then back to here, to the 9 chords, to the major 7, to the G sharp. And that jumps right back into number 1 again. But this one time is going to be followed by part B, so that's where we have the 7 chord to the major 7 and the minor. And then that jumps back to number 1. And this one's going to be followed by part A again. Which when you think of part A, think of the 9 chord right there, and everything else kind of falls into place afterwards, right? Then after that, here's where we're gonna actually ditch the number 1, and we're gonna go right to the B section, right? So instead of doing the descending thing where we go here, here, which is part 1, we're gonna jump right to the B section, which is the... And then after that, then we go back to number 1. And now we're going to do something a little bit different, of course, but all we're going to do is substitute 1 chord. So this is going to be the D section, which is essentially the B section with 1 different chord. I don't know why it's a different chord, he's just trying to screw with us at this point, but basically we have the B section, right? And usually we'd go to the major 7 here, but instead we're doing something a little bit different. Instead of going here, we're going to do a different voicing, which is kind of like a C major voicing. Right here, okay? So basically the whole D section is B flat to the regular part here, and then the same finishing move kind of there with the minor chord, right? So after the D section, it goes basically to another thing where it's number 1 followed by part B, part C. So 1 BC is going to sound like, here's the 1, right? should be getting good at this part by now. Then we're gonna go right to B. And then we're gonna go to C. Except we're gonna change it a little bit, right? So the way that the C section is different is that there's gonna be a stop right here. After the B flat, stop, and then F minor, and then the same thing to take it out. And then after that, it just goes 1 B. So there's 1 again. B. And now we're gonna go out on 1 1 with only one variation, all right? Or 1 1, 1 A, all right? So we're gonna go out on 1 A with one variation, 1. We're gonna do everything the same, the 9. But instead of going to this one, which we usually end the A part with this chord right here, we're gonna end it with the minor chord that we've been ending part B with, right? So we're just gonna do a couple 1 A's, yeah, 1 A that ends with the minor chord instead of this one, right? Because it has a little bit more resolution towards the B flat, right? All right, so now I'm gonna attempt to do the whole thing. I'm gonna put the section that is on the screen so you can kind of try and follow along, right? So we're gonna start with the intro. To part A. Now we go to part B, right? To part C. To 1A. So here's A. To 1B. To 1A. Here's the A part. Now this weird part where we just go right to part B. To 1D. Remember, this is one just the one chord that's different. To back to 1. And this is the one that goes 1B. Here's B. And here's that one that's different to the C, which is the F minor, right? Back to part 1. And the B section after this. B section. Back to 1. This is going to be followed up by A with the different chord at the end. All right, so here's A. We know it's A because we have the 9, but we end with this one. All right, same thing. 1 again. There's the 9 again. Major 7. The change. And again, all that was at the end was just kind of like a little 3rd fret on the B string, up a string, down, up. So 3B, 1, 2, 1, 2. and then we resolve on the B flat major 7. We finally did it. Again, this is just one version of the song. This song's been done a lot of different times. I'll link you to a couple different good ones, but this one's just in the key B flat. A lot of times I'll move it up because Joe Beam had kind of a deep voice. So if you sing a little bit higher, just move everything up, maybe a step or something like that, and give yourself a pat on the back. It's a tough song. Good job.